Dive into a world where nature reveals itself as the greatest artist of all. From the icy reaches of the Arctic to the shimmering tropical reefs, from the mysterious forests of Africa and Central America to the ethereal waters of Australia and Mexico, 15 real creatures challenge the imagination. Each animal, from the majestic snow leopard to the resplendent quetzal, from the magical axolotl to the dazzling mandarin fish, is a living masterpiece, combining colors, shapes, and behaviors that seem painted or sculpted by divine hands. Prepare to witness the aesthetic perfection, mystery, and elegance of the planet's most extraordinary wildlife. But before we begin, subscribe to our channel and leave your like. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Mandrill Sphinx, the living coliseum of the equatorial forests. Closing this series of living masterpieces, we find the mandrill or mandrill sphinx in its supreme form, elevating the concept of animal beauty to insane levels. Inhabiting the depths of West Africa's equatorial forests, the mandrill is not just a primate, it is a mobile masterpiece, a fusion of color, strength, behavior, and social complexity that leaves any observer in complete awe. The mandrill's face is a living canvas of unmatched colors, deep red and electric blue contrast in perfect geometric patterns, each stroke an explosion of natural pigmentation as if painted by a visionary artist. The fur around its neck and body presents golden and brown tones that shift gently as it walks, creating light and shadow effects resembling dynamic brushstrokes. Dominant males display more vibrant colors, clear signals of health, strength, and status, turning each individual into a walking spectacle of evolutionary aesthetics. The mandrill's social behavior is equally extraordinary. It lives in hordes of hundreds of individuals, demonstrating complex social interactions including hierarchy, alliances, parental care, and rivalry. Every gesture, facial movement, and body posture conveys subtle information, creating a sophisticated communication network comparable to a social orchestra, where each participant plays its part with precision and intention. The mandrill's diet is diverse, including fruits, seeds, insects, and small vertebrates, but its ability to intelligently exploit resources, balancing competition and cooperation, demonstrates a sophisticated brain combining instinct, learning, and strategy. Additionally, the mandrill plays a vital ecological role, dispersing seeds, maintaining local fauna balance, and influencing forest structure, becoming a silent architect of the ecosystem. The presence of a dominant mandrill in its habitat is almost theatrical. Every display of strength, every demonstration of facial and body colors, every roar resonates through the understory, commanding respect and admiration. It is impossible not to see in this primate the perfect fusion of aesthetic beauty, intelligence, power, and ecology. It is not merely an animal, it is a living coliseum, where every element of its existence, physical, behavioral, and social, is designed to impress, survive, and inspire. Observing a mandrill in full activity is witnessing nature at its most extreme. Colors, patterns, movements, and behavior combine in an epic spectacle, an absolute masterpiece that only evolution could create. It is the pinnacle of animal beauty, the culmination of millions of years of natural selection, and a powerful reminder that the most impressive art in the world is often life itself. Number 2. Snowy Owl, the white goddess of the Arctic winds. Among the frozen tundras and snowy plains of the Arctic resides one of the planet's most iconic, majestic, and ethereal creatures, the snowy owl, or Bubo scandiacus. This bird is not merely a predator adapted to extreme conditions, it is a living sculpture, a perfect combination of aesthetics, precision, and survival, whose pure white appearance seems to reflect the very essence of the snow surrounding it. The snowy owl's plumage is an evolutionary marvel. Predominantly white, it features subtle patterns of spots and stripes that vary between individuals and sexes, providing perfect camouflage over ice fields and tundra. Each feather is incredibly dense and insulating, allowing survival in cutting winds and temperatures below 40 degrees forward. Its golden, intense, and penetrating eyes contrast with its white plumage, creating an almost supernatural presence, a gaze capable of piercing the darkness and vastness of the Arctic. The snowy owl's flight is silent and masterful. Its broad wings and specialized feathers reduce noise, allowing stealthy approaches to prey such as Arctic rodents, smaller birds, and even fish in coastal regions. Each flight is a dance of refined aerodynamics, where strength, lightness, and control combine to create movement movements that seem choreographed with the precision of an artist. Beyond its immaculate appearance and hunting skill, the snowy owl plays an essential role in Arctic ecosystem balance. It controls prey populations, maintains species equilibrium, and serves as an environmental indicator, signaling climate changes through alterations in migratory behavior and reproduction. Culturally, the snowy owl inspires myths and admiration. For many communities, it symbolizes wisdom, vigilance, and purity. Observing a snowy owl in full flight over the tundra is witnessing a performance that transcends the natural. It is beholding a living work of art, combining the brutality of the Arctic environment with nature's aesthetic delicacy. Each moment with this bird is almost mystical. The contrast of immaculate white against the pale blue Arctic sky, the silent beat of its wings, and the penetrating eyes studying every detail of the snowy landscape. The snowy owl reminds us that supreme beauty can coexist with extreme rigor, that art and function can unite in a single organism, and that nature, when free and uninfluenced by humans, creates absolute perfection. Number 3. Resplendent quetzal, the celestial guardian of Central American forests. In the dense tropical forests of Central America, where mist envelops ancient trees and sunlight filters in golden rays, lives one of the planet's most stunning birds, the resplendent quetzal, Pharamacris moquino. This bird, which inspired legends and myths since pre-Columbian times, is a true flying treasure, a masterpiece of nature combining hypnotic colors, perfect symmetry, and movements that seem choreographed by a divine artist. The quetzal's body is an absolute spectacle of hues. The male, famous for its iridescent feathers, displays shimmering emerald green that shifts with the light, reflecting deep blues, turquoise, and even gold. Its intensely red chest creates a dramatic, almost theatrical contrast, while its elongated tail, which can exceed half a meter in length, moves delicately with each flight, as if each feather had been sculpted to maximize elegance and aerodynamics. Its head is crowned with a fine, upright crest, with shades of green and blue sparkling as the quetzal moves among the foliage. Every flight is a display of grace and precision. It glides among branches and trunks with mastery, alternating bursts of color with moments of complete camouflage, reminding predators that survival requires both beauty and cunning. The quetzal's behavior is fascinating. They are territorial during the breeding season, forming monogamous bonds with partners chosen through elaborate rituals that include flight displays, soft songs, and the exchange of fruits as offerings. They feed primarily on fruits, insects, and small vertebrates, playing a crucial role in seed dispersal and maintaining the ecological balance of the forest. Each tree visited by a quetzal becomes a living gallery, marked by its impact on vegetation and the cycle of life. The legend of the quetzal transcends biology. For ancient Mesoamerican peoples, it symbolized freedom and divinity. It was believed not to survive in captivity, reinforcing its mystical aura. Each sighting is rare, an almost sacred moment where colors, forms, and movements combine in a spectacle that challenges human imagination. The resplendent quetzal is more than an animal. It is a tangible manifestation of nature's supreme beauty, a creature combining aesthetics, ecology, behavior, and myth in a single living entity, reminding us that the planet houses masterpieces that evolved long before humans tried to capture perfection in paint and canvas. Number 4. Blue dragon sea slug, the floating jewel of the Atlantic. In the vast and unpredictable Atlantic Ocean, one of the smallest and simultaneously most stunning creatures inhabits the surface, the blue dragon sea slug, or Glaucus atlanticus. This tiny sea slug, measuring only a few centimeters in length, is a spectacle of color, form, and evolutionary adaptation, a true living jewel floating among waves and currents, combining surreal beauty and lethal functionality in unimaginable proportions. The coloration of the blue dragon is breathtaking. Shades of electric blue and silver dominate the dorsal side, while the ventral side presents hues of gray and silver that reflect sunlight and confuse predators. Its lateral extensions, called serrata, resemble delicate arms that spread like ethereal flowers, each containing specialized organs that store toxins captured from its prey, jellyfish and other cnidarians, turning beauty into active defense. The body of this slug is extraordinarily adaptive. Despite its small size, it floats gracefully on the ocean surface, moving with the current, turning with the waves, yet always maintaining orientation thanks to an incredible adaptation to Earth's magnetic field. Every detail of its body is functional: curata for protection, colors for camouflage and warning, and a hydrodynamic form that ensures that, despite apparent fragility, it can survive in a harsh and unpredictable environment. The behavior of the blue dragon is equally fascinating. It feeds on organisms that many would avoid, absorbing and storing toxins in a way that makes it poisonous to predators. A combination of evolutionary intelligence and lethal aesthetics. It is a living reminder that extreme beauty does not always mean innocence. Nature combines form, function, and survival in complex tapestries that defy human understanding. Observing a Glaucus atlanticus is like gazing at a liquid sculpture, a living painting that floats and moves, a visual poem combining impossible colors, delicate patterns, and evolutionarily choreographed forms. Each encounter is unique. Each observation is a lesson on how art, science, and nature can merge into a single creature. Small, floating, yet impressively impactful, reminding us that aesthetic and adaptive perfection knows no bounds. Number 5. Mandarin duck, the painter of the water mirror. In the tranquil lakes and tree-lined rivers of East Asia exists one of the most extraordinary and visually enchanting birds on the planet, the mandarin duck, or Ox galericulata. Each male of this species is a parade of colors rivaling the palettes of the greatest painting masters, combining warm oranges, shimmering blues, emerald greens, and bright whites in precise patterns harmonized as if nature itself had been commissioned to create the ultimate masterpiece. The mandarin duck's plumage is meticulously structured. The fan-shaped orange crest, delicately curled shoulder feathers, and metallic toned chest and back reflect light, each detail arranged in almost mathematical symmetry. While swimming, the reflection of its colors on the water creates a doubled spectacle, as if the liquid surface were the canvas of a celestial artist, mirroring the beauty in inverted, sparkling images. The behavior of this duck is as fascinating as its appearance. Males perform elaborate courtship rituals, displaying their plumage with precise movements, tilting their heads, opening their wings, and spinning to attract females, each gesture choreographed with instinctive elegance. Communication is subtle. Light whistles and body movements convey intentions, reaffirming the complexity of social and sexual interaction among them. Beyond its visual splendor, the mandarin duck performs important ecological functions. It feeds on seeds, fruits, and small invertebrates, contributing to plant species dispersal and the balance of the aquatic ecosystem. It is an indicator of environmental health. Its presence signals clean lakes and preserved habitats, while its decline warns of ecological imbalances. Observing a mandarin duck gliding through calm waters is like contemplating a living painting in motion. Every reflection, every feather ripple, every posture adjustment is part of an aesthetic symphony combining color, form, and movement. A reminder that supreme art is not confined to museums, but manifests in real creatures, in real environments, in moments that challenge humans' ability to fully capture their magnitude. Number 6. Snow leopard, the ghost of the snowy mountains. Among the icy peaks of the Himalayas, where the wind blows sharply and silence is broken only by the crack of snow, lives one of Earth's most mysterious and elegant creatures, the snow leopard, or Panthera uncia. This majestic feline epitomizes adaptive perfection, a masterpiece of nature combining strength, agility, and aesthetics in almost supernatural proportions. The snow leopard's fur is a tapestry of silvery gray and cream tones, dotted with perfectly distributed black rosettes. Each hair is dense and velvety, insulating the animal against extreme cold and creating subtle reflections when sunlight touches the snow, as if the ice itself were painting on its coat. Its long, thick tail is not only for balance on steep climbs, but also serves as an extra protective mantle, curling over the body during extended periods of rest in the biting wind. The snow leopard's behavior demonstrates intelligence and absolute patience. Solitary by nature, it patrols vast territories, crossing deep valleys, steep cliffs, and frozen corridors in search of prey. Its diet includes ibex, parrel, marmots, and alpine birds, but the most impressive aspect is its ability to calculate each leap, each strike, with mathematical precision, using snow and shadows to camouflage almost perfectly. Beyond camouflage and hunting skill, the snow leopard has sophisticated communication. It marks territories with urine and feces, vocalizes long, soft calls reverberating across valleys, and uses nearly imperceptible visual signals to interact with other leopards. It is an extremely resilient animal, surviving in conditions where few other predators could persist. Unfortunately, this natural wonder faces increasing threats: illegal hunting, habitat loss, and human conflict. Each sighting is rare, almost mythical, and every photographic record becomes a scientific and artistic treasure. Observing a snow leopard in its natural environment is witnessing a creature that transcends mere animal existence. It is beholding a living painting of grace, strength, and mystery, a ghost walking among ice and rock, eternally perfect, eternally elusive. Number 7. Golden pheasant, the golden queen of the eastern woods. In the temperate forests of southwest China, where the ground is carpeted with fallen leaves and sunlight creates golden patterns through the trees, lives one of the most exuberant and iconic birds on the planet, the golden pheasant, or Chrysolophus pictus. This bird is a true spectacle of colors and forms, each detail of its body seemingly carefully planned to create perfect aesthetic harmony, as if every feather were a brushstroke on a living canvas of light and color. The male is a walking parade of splendor. Its bright red crest rises majestically, while the golden back and deep blue body feathers create a dramatic contrast. The long, elegant tail, covered in metallic hues ranging from bronze to emerald green, curves perfectly, reflecting light in a mesmerizing way. During courtship, the male raises its feathers and moves in a precise dance, displaying every detail of its body with an almost theatrical intent, a true visual ballet that hypnotizes the female and any attentive observer. The female, in more muted shades of brown and beige, possesses impeccable camouflage, revealing the contrast between exuberant beauty and evolutionary functionality. The golden pheasant inhabits dense and secluded regions, moving swiftly and precisely among shrubs and trees, feeding on seeds, leaves, and insects. This combination of survival skills and visual aesthetics creates a perfect balance between form and function, beauty and utility. Beyond appearance, the golden pheasant exhibits fascinating behaviors. It uses complex vocalizations to communicate territory, warn of predators, and attract mates, demonstrating intelligence and behavioral sensitivity. Every interaction, every movement, every display is a spectacle of aesthetic and biological precision. Observing a golden pheasant is witnessing a living masterpiece, colors rivaling classic paintings, movements choreographed with natural perfection, and presence dominating the environment. This bird is a reminder that nature possesses an aesthetic sense that transcends any human technique, and that supreme art exists not in museums but in forests, reefs, rivers, and woodlands, where each creature is a living canvas in constant transformation. Number 8. Mandrill, the living palette of the African forests. In the heart of the equatorial forests of West Africa, where vegetation is dense and the ground a tapestry of leaves and roots, lives one of the most spectacular creatures of the animal kingdom, the mandrill. This primate, closely related to baboons, is renowned not only for its strength and intelligence, but also for its appearance, seemingly conceived with the precision of an obsessive artist. The mandrill's face is a spectacle of colors. Intense blue and deep red around the muzzle create a dramatic contrast, while lines and geometric patterns on its face resemble calculated brushstrokes, transforming each individual into a vibrant living canvas. The thick reddish fur around the neck adds texture and depth, and its robust body exudes power and presence. During social interactions, these colors intensify, revealing excitement or dominance, as if biology itself had invented a high-definition visual language. The mandrill's behavior is as impressive as its appearance. Living in large groups called hordes, they can assemble hundreds of individuals within a territory, displaying complex interactions of hierarchy, parental care, and sophisticated communication. They use sounds, facial expressions, gestures, and even facial color changes to convey essential information, revealing an intricate social system blending intelligence, emotion, and survival instinct. Beyond appearance and behavior, the mandrill plays crucial ecological roles. It disperses seeds from consumed fruits, controls insect populations, and contributes to forest biodiversity maintenance. Encountering a group of mandrills is a hypnotic experience, a symphony of colors, sounds, and movements that seems choreographed yet is entirely natural. The mandrill reminds us that art does not need to be confined to museums. Its combination of vibrant colors, natural geometric patterns, imposing posture, and complex social behavior creates a living masterpiece, a fusion of aesthetics and functionality, a reminder that the beauty and complexity of nature often surpass any human creation. Number 9. Leafy sea dragon, the dancing leaf ghost of the ocean. Among the temperate reefs off the southern coast of Australia, there exists a creature that seems to have emerged from an underwater fairy tale, the leafy sea dragon, or Phycodurus X. This species, a close relative of seahorses, is one of nature's most extraordinary expressions of imagination. With appendages resembling delicate floating leaves, each branch of its silhouette is an almost ethereal extension of its body, rendering it virtually invisible as it glides slowly among algae and submerged vegetation. The leafy sea dragon's body is incredibly elongated and slender, covered in colors ranging from soft gold to shades of brown, green, and amber, each hue strategically distributed to perfectly mimic leaves and seaweed. Small spots and irregular patterns on its skin break monotony and enhance its camouflage, as if each detail had been painted with extreme precision by a microscopic artist. Watching its movements, it seems the animal does not swim but dances, floating with graceful motion synchronized with the ocean currents, creating an impression of absolute lightness and elegance. Leafy sea dragons have a fascinating biology. They rely on microcurrents for locomotion, as their fins are small, almost invisible, yet perfectly positioned for subtle and controlled movements. Reproduction is equally remarkable. The male carries the eggs in a brood pouch, ensuring their safety until hatching, a phenomenon combining parental care with complex evolutionary engineering. The rarity of this species adds an almost mythical aura to every encounter. Polluted habitats, reef destruction, and illegal collection for aquariums threaten their survival, making each sighting a privileged moment, a glimpse of natural perfection that only a few are fortunate enough to witness. The leafy sea dragon is not merely an animal, it is a living sculpture, a painting in motion, a visual poem that challenges the limits of what we consider art. Its floating leaves and translucent colors remind us that nature is the supreme artist, capable of creating forms of unparalleled beauty without ever using a brush or canvas, relying solely on biological ingenuity and the delicate balance of a living ecosystem. Number 10. Peacock spider, nature's miniature opera. Among the low leaves and branches of Australia, one of the most impressive artists in the animal kingdom performs shows worthy of a royal theater. The peacock spider, or Muratus volans, is a tiny spider measuring only a few millimeters, yet with a personality and aesthetics that defy its diminutive size. Its carapace is an iridescent mosaic of blue, red, orange, yellow, and black, each color arranged in almost impossible geometric patterns, as if nature had decided to compress the richness of an entire color festival into a microscopic creature. During mating season, the male raises its legs and displays a fan-shaped abdominal extension, transforming into a living canvas, a moving painting that hypnotizes the female. Every movement is meticulously choreographed, a detailed ballet involving jumps, waves, and specific rhythms, as if performing a silent music visible only through its dance. The effect is mesmerizing. Every gleam and contrast appears planned with artistic precision, creating a performance simultaneously theatrical, sensual, and almost mystical. Despite its tiny size, the peacock spider reveals extraordinary behavioral complexity. Males must attract the female's attention without frightening her, balancing colors, movements, and visual patterns with precision rivaling the most sophisticated human choreographers. Any mistake can be fatal, as the female, by instinct, may attack potential predators. Thus, each dance is a blend of courage, aesthetics, and refined instinct, an opera of life and death, encapsulated in just a few square centimeters of Australian soil. Beyond its artistic display, these spiders play essential roles in local ecosystems, controlling populations of small insects, and their presence indicates a healthy, balanced environment. Observing these arachnids is not merely a visual experience, it is an immersion into the complexity of evolution, where behavior, form, and color converge in a spectacular demonstration of natural design. The peacock spider teaches that nature's art does not require scale. Even the smallest creatures can possess an aesthetic and performative repertoire rivaling the grandeur of the most elaborate human works. Every gesture, every iridescent shimmer, and every choreographed jump is a reminder that absolute beauty and natural ingenuity do not depend on size, but on creativity and evolutionary precision. Number 11. Harlequin tuskfish, the living painting of tropical reefs. The harlequin tuskfish, native to Indo-Pacific coral reefs, is one of the ocean's most visually striking creatures. Its skin is a mosaic of vibrant colors: orange, blue, green, and purple, alternate in precise stripes covering its robust body, as if each centimeter had been carefully painted by human hands with obsessive attention to contrast and symmetry. Its slightly protruding ivory white teeth stand out like jewels, adding a surreal and almost mythical touch to the creature. This fish is an elegant predator. It swims with confidence and precision, revealing strength and agility as it navigates through corals with calculated movements, its eyes meticulously observing every detail of the environment. It feeds on crustaceans and small mollusks, using its powerful teeth to crack shells, while its vibrant body serves both as a warning to predators and as camouflage among the multicolored corals. Beyond its impressive appearance, the harlequin tuskfish exhibits intriguing social behaviors. It interacts with reef companions, demonstrating territoriality and cooperative hunting strategies, showcasing practical intelligence and refined instincts. Observers cannot help but notice how its aesthetics integrate with the ecosystem. Each color, each pattern is not just beauty, but also functionality, camouflage, and signaling, showing that art and survival can coexist perfectly. For divers and marine photographers, encountering a harlequin tuskfish is like discovering a living painting that moves and breathes, where light, color, and motion combine in an aesthetic symphony that changes with every instant. Nature here demonstrates its supreme mastery over the combination of form, function, and pure beauty. This fish is more than an animal. It is a reminder that supreme art can emerge from any corner of life, and that visual perfection is not exclusive to the human world, but an intrinsic property of the living planet. Number 12. Mandarin fish, the submerged festival of colors. In the Indo-Pacific Ocean, among vibrant coral reefs and crystal clear waters, lives one of the most delicate and dazzling inhabitants of the underwater world, the mandarin fish, or Synchirapus splendidus. This fish is a living explosion of colors that defies imagination. Its finely ornate skin is a tapestry of electric blue, intense orange, emerald green, and sunny yellow, each color outlined with almost geometric lines that intertwine with artistic precision, as if a master painter had decided to recreate nature's perfection on a microscopic scale. Measuring only a few centimeters, the mandarin fish is small, but every detail of its body exudes complexity. Its large, almost hypnotic eyes observe the environment with a mix of curiosity and caution, reflecting nuances of the aquatic surroundings in a constant play of light and shadow. Its delicate fins resemble moving plumes, undulating gently as it glides among coral and submerged rocks, appearing to dance in a silent ballet choreographed only by the ocean. The behavior of this fish is as intriguing as its appearance. At dusk, it emerges from its camouflage among algae and corals to perform one of the most delicate displays in the animal world, the mating ritual known as the mandarin dance. Males and females approach each other, rising slowly in the water column, their colors intensifying as they display, a performance resembling a living painting suspended in water, ephemeral and hypnotic. Beyond its aesthetic splendor, the mandarin fish plays an important role in the ecosystem. It consumes small crustaceans and worms, contributing to the balance of coral reefs, locations already rich in biodiversity, resembling suspended gardens of marine life. Unfortunately, due to its extraordinary beauty and demand for home aquariums, many populations face threats, making each encounter with this creature a rare privilege, an opportunity to witness nature's complexity and delicacy in its purest form. Observing a mandarin fish is understanding that art is not solely a human creation. It is an expression nature masters with skill, a symphony of colors, movements, and details that transforms a small fish into a living masterpiece. Every flutter of its fins, every reflection of light on its skin is a reminder that aesthetic perfection often exists in the most unexpected and ephemeral forms of life. Number 13. Axolotl, the aquatic ghost of surreal beauty. The axolotl is one of the most fascinating and visually unique creatures in the animal kingdom, with its external gills rising like silk plumes around its head, translucent skin revealing veins and internal organs, and dark, deep eyes that seem to contemplate the world with silent wisdom. It embodies an almost alien aesthetic, as if sculpted in a laboratory by a surrealist artist. Native to the lakes and canals of Xochimilco, Mexico, the axolotl spends its entire life in water, retaining larval characteristics even in adulthood, a phenomenon called neoteny. This prolonged juvenile state, combined with its unique ability to regenerate limbs, heart, and even parts of its brain, gives it the aura of a magical, almost mythical creature. Its appearance is incredibly variable. Axolotls can be albino, golden, gray, or even melanistic, each variant offering a unique aesthetic that impresses both scientists and artists. The external gills vibrate with subtle movements, creating patterns reminiscent of delicate brushstrokes on the water's surface. The long, flexible tail adds fluidity to the body, allowing graceful movements as it glides through its aquatic environment. Beyond visual beauty, the axolotl is an example of biological resilience. It feeds on small crustaceans, worms, and aquatic insects, using its fine jaws and agile body to capture prey precisely. However, due to habitat destruction and pollution, it is critically endangered, making encounters with it in the wild rare and precious. The axolotl reminds us that art is not confined to human paintings and sculptures, but also exists in the living forms nature creates. Its delicate aesthetics, combined with extraordinary abilities, transform each specimen into a living masterpiece, a perfect blend of mystery, science, and pure visual beauty. Number 14. Indian peacock, the spectacle of color and majesty. The Indian peacock is perhaps the most iconic example of animal beauty, a true explosion of colors and patterns that seems to have leapt from a Baroque painting. When it spreads its tail in a fan, it displays a spectacle of blues, greens, and golds, each feather adorned with hypnotic eyes that shine in the sunlight as if they were gems inlaid by divine hands. Native to the Indian subcontinent, the peacock inhabits open forests, fields, and shrublands, where its dazzling plumage contrasts with the vegetation, making it visible from afar. The male uses this exuberance not only to impress potential mates, but also as a visual communication tool with other males, establishing hierarchies within its territory. The peacock's body is equally fascinating. Its shimmering blue neck and head reflect nuances that change depending on the light angle. Its long, strong legs allow agile running, while the ornate tail, though heavy, is lifted with impressive precision during courtship. Every movement is choreographed with an almost artistic instinct, transforming the simple mating ritual into a true natural ballet. Impressive facts include its powerful vocalization, audible kilometers away, and the fact that each fan feather is a marvel of natural engineering, combining structural pigments and micro reflections to create colors that shift with the observer's perspective. The peacock symbolizes elegance, power, and mystery. Its presence in any natural setting or garden appears as an artistic intervention, an explosion of color and form, reminding humans that nature is the greatest artist of all. Number 15. Okapi, the hidden elegance of the forest. The okapi is one of nature's best kept secrets, a creature that seems straight out of a surreal dream. At first glance, its body resembles an impossible hybrid, the elegant silhouette of a horse, the graceful posture of a giraffe, and the black and white stripes on its legs evoke zebras, as if nature had played with imaginary brushes. This unique combination makes it not just a fascinating animal, but a true living work of art. Native to the dense tropical forests of the Congo, the okapi spends most of its time in isolation, avoiding human presence. Its short, velvety coat is a deep brown that reflects light filtered through the tree canopy, creating effects of shadows and highlights that camouflage it perfectly. The stripes on its legs are not merely decorative, they serve as visual guides for calves to follow their mothers through dense vegetation. Beyond its exotic appearance, the okapi's behavior is equally fascinating. They are solitary animals, communicating through whistles and low-frequency vibrations inaudible to humans. They feed mainly on leaves, shoots, fruits, and fungi, and have an exceptionally long tongue, similar to a giraffe's, which allows them to gather leaves from high branches or reach hidden food. The okapi also plays a crucial role in its ecosystem. It disperses seeds through its feces, helping to perpetuate forest vegetation. Unfortunately, habitat destruction and illegal hunting threaten its survival, making each sighting of this forest ghost even more precious. This animal combines grace and mystery, as if carefully painted by by an artist aiming to translate the essence of the forest into a living creature. Observing an okapi is witnessing the perfect fusion of aesthetic beauty and functional adaptation, a reminder that nature creates masterpieces surpassing any canvas or sculpture. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed our content, subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Also, check out other interesting content appearing right now on your screen, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time.